Shalom and welcome to another Talk with Ben. All I gotta say is StreamYard is a little laggy tonight. StreamYard is with their shenanigans tonight. It doesn't make any sense. Shenanigans with StreamYard. But they want people to pay a subscription, but they need to get their stuff right. Me, personally, in my opinion, I think they doing that on purpose to get you to pay for that subscription, in my opinion. That's how shady them buffoons is. Real talk. They want you to buy that monthly subscription. So if they know you got the free version, they're going to have the free version mess up on purpose. So you could get, even if you get the paid subscription, it's still going to mess up with StreamYard. So it's a lose-lose situation, with them clowns. Moshe, you're going so fast. I'm trying my best to keep up with these stories. What are you trying to do to me? Man, I've been at it all day nonstop. I've been making characters of them on Hero Forge. I'm about to finish up the latest chapter. So I've been going nonstop, all night like a madman. And liking it too and loving it. Love being a creative person. Creativity is life. But I appreciate it. I enjoy writing them chapters. I enjoy voicing the characters to the best of my ability. To the best of my ability, But big salute to K. Jordan. Big salute Oracle 007. I want to touch base on the passing of Jason David Frank, the well-known actor and martial artist who played Tommy Oliver in a 1990s popular kids show, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was part of my childhood growing up in the 90s. Like I said, I'm an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s, which I consider the gold school era, because old school era is our parents' era. The gold school is the 90s, the golden age, because the 90s was the golden age of everything. And I mean, the 90s was special. Just something about that 90s. And you had the negativity, you had the buffoonery, but the 90s was it's like the 90s was like in a time of its own. I'm trying to describe it to the best of my ability. Like, that decade is special. Throughout the whole history of Yah's universe that he created, that decade is special, the 90s. And y'all might feel about y'all era that y'all grew up in, some people. But to the 90s, TV was TV. You had, like I said, you had rated R, you had the violence and the sexuality on TV. But every day you had something to watch on television, whether it was daytime TV, afternoon, prime time, weekends, everything. You had somebody like Power Rangers was a big part of our childhoods. It brought me and my cousins together because we all grew up watching that. We couldn't stop talking about Power Rangers, like the action figures that we was going to plan on buying, because my parents used to give us a little allowance, for doing chores. My mom used to give me and my brother allowance like every Friday she get paid because she used to work at the mill. Martin Mills, the Fruit of the Loom Mills back in the day, them men and women was making bank back then. But Bill Clinton, that damn buffoon, went and shipped them manufacturing jobs to overseas where they paid them people nothing. So that's one thing about Bill Clinton. That dummy, he shipped away all them good jobs overseas. Yeah, my mama worked at the mill. My aunt worked at the mill. And some of her friends worked at the mill. They used to carpool to work. She used to drive some of her, because like when we used to live in our old neighborhood, she knew a few women that lived back there, and she used to give them a ride to work. They used to carpool, But yeah, they was making that bank at the mill. Yes, indeed. But the 90s, man. I mean, I remember growing up in the 90s, you had the awesome toys. Around the holiday season, we used to get hyped up with the children's toy magazines. But Power Rangers, it's a sad situation that he went out like that. Jason David Frank, at the age of 49, he committed suicide. And like I say, you never know what people are going through. It don't matter. You never know. You know, he could have been going through marital issues. That's what the TMC was saying. You know, his wife threatened to divorce because he was on the road all the time, and he was going to these conventions. You know, like the cons, like the comic cons, the anime cons, and the gaming cons. He's a well-known actor. You know, grown up in the 90s. You know, Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, who played Tommy Oliver in the Power Rangers. He played the Green Ranger, and he also played the White Ranger. And I never forget when the Green Ranger first came on the scene. Now, my favorite Power Ranger was the Red Ranger. I liked the Red Ranger, but they all was awesome, though, the Power Rangers. But the Red Ranger was my favorite. But he didn't have my favorite, which was the Triceratops. Ain't that ironic? He had a Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex is cool, but I still rather Triceratops for my favorite dinosaur. You know, I guess what got me into Triceratops was the Land Before Time movie. That was another part of the 90s too, the Land Before Time movies. You know, and they had the dinosaurs, and you had Sarah's dad. I don't care what they say. The Sarah's daddy, he had that spirit of a brother, man. He had that stern, masculine, stern black father spirit in him. The Sarah's daddy. You watch the Land Before Time, the first one, the very first Land Before Time movie. Sarah's daddy, man, he laid out a law. He reminded you of one of them stern fathers, man. Straight up. But yeah, back to Power Rangers. You know, when the Green Ranger first came on the scene, he was whipping all their tails. I mean, he was busting head. They couldn't stop him. I mean, when he first came on the scene, he was just laying a smackdown on him. I mean, doing all the fancy martial arts moves on him and everything. You know, he busted him up so bad, he even beat him out the Megazord. They tried to stop him in the Megazord. They couldn't stop him with the Megazord. Yes, indeed. He knocked him out of the Megazord. But man, yeah. Like I said, it's a tragic, you know. It's a very tragic situation, you know, because suicide is not the answer, you know. Many people contemplate suicide, and that's not the answer. It's not, because it's a how I want to put this. You only taking yourself out to end yourself for a temporary problem. You could get over them temporary problems you face in life, but suicide is not the answer, you know. And we don't know what else he could have been going through behind the scene. Maybe he could have been on drugs. I doubt it, though, because he was a martial artist. But still, you never know. Sometimes you be on them antidepressants, and it could push them suicide thoughts. Straight up. But he gonna be missed. He gonna be missed by his fans. He had a lot of fans, especially the children that grew up in the 90s, man. Most of us that grew up in the 90s, we about to be, some of us about to be in our 40s, our early 40s, you know, some of us that's born like in the 80s, like the so-called millennials. You know, some millennials already made their 40, but some of us millennials in a couple of more years, we about to be 40, and the 90s babies, some of them already in their 30s, they early 30s. Like, because I have some younger cousins, they was born in the 90s, and they like in their late 20s and early 30s. So, man, time going by fast. I mean, the 90s was special. We all grew up on. I never forget. Me, my cousins, and brother, we had Power Rangers action figures. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about one of my cousins. That's the one in the military. He in the Air Force. I never forget. We was at the Norgate Mall in Lafayette, Louisiana. That was in the 90s. And y'all remember the store serving merchandise? We went up and served merchandise. You know, man, I went up in there and I saw that dragon sword figure. It was the dragon sword figure. Like there was a big transform, you know, the dragon sword with the Green Ranger figure. And I saw that. I ran. I ain't gonna call my people. I'm gonna just say his name start with a C. I'm like, C, come in here, C. And C, come in here, C, come C. And he ran up and I showed him that Green Ranger dragon sword figure. He wanted that. He wanted his mama to buy that for him ASAP. He wanted it bad. He cried for that figure too. I said, hopefully he get it for Christmas, but he didn't get it though. He didn't end up getting it though. He got the White Tiger figure though I think like the year after he got that White Tiger figure. Now my brother had got the Dragon Sword and I had the Megazord. I had the deluxe Megazord. I got that for one of my birthdays. I think I got that for my 11th birthday or 12th birthday. I think it was my 10th birthday, something like that. I think I was in 4th or 5th grade. I had to been in the 4th grade when I got that either the 3rd or 4th grade when I got that Megazord for my birthday. I think I was in the 4th grade. Yeah, but he didn't get his dragon sword though, but he got the white tiger. But fast forward to 2022, he showed me in Facebook Messenger. He brought the dragon sword figure. He must have found it on one of them sites on eBay. I'm gonna have to ask him where he brought it from. He showed it to me, but he wanted that figure bad though. He wanted that Megazord figure bad because he was a big fan of the Green Ranger. Him and my brother, they used to always have little fusses like, I'm the Green Ranger. You know, when you're children, you want to play as your favorite character or superhero. I'd be like, I'll call the Red Ranger. But them two, they always was fussing over who gonna be the Green Ranger. Yeah, that's why I say the 90s was awesome. You see, children of today, y'all, I pity y'all because y'all don't have that special. Y'all can't. I want to pit this. Y'all can't appreciate the stuff how we appreciate things growing up. And to some of y'all Gen Zs and youngsters might hear me say, "Oh, you sound like an old dude." Whatever. Take advice for this so-called millennial band or not 80s baby. We are the last generation that played outside, that went to family get-togethers, that went to Sunday barbecues, because I had an uncle, my Uncle Aura. I'm going to call him Aura. My Uncle Aura, like the letter Aura. Most of my mama's brothers, their name begin with an Aura, by the way. Yeah, most of my mother's brothers, they name begin with Aura. So one of my Uncle Auras, every other Sunday, he used to have barbecues and he used to rent movies. That was back in the 90s. And that was some awesome times. Man, that brother, that Negro could have barbecued too. Man, I'll never forget when he barbecued them T-bone steaks on that pit. Them steaks was damn good. I mean, them steaks was good. He must have was making, they all pitched in, They all pitched in. They had like the barbecue play, had the old school music playing, had the had the Gap Band playing, all that. Lakeside, all them good old school songs. And we was chilling, we was running around playing, and then it was time to watch the movie, And some of them, they was drinking, smoking, they was playing cards. You know how they do at black get-togethers. They played spades, dominoes, and cards. That was the 90s. But yeah. But man, the 90s was special. The children of today, y'all got it made, because all y'all, if y'all missed a favorite episode, y'all could stream and binge watch a season of y'all favorite shows. We didn't have that luxury growing up in the 90s. If we missed an episode of Power Rangers, we had to hope and pray that they re-aired that whole entire season. Straight up. And that goes for the children that grew up in the 70s and 80s too. Because you didn't have all that streaming and tablets and Wi-Fi back in the day. You had to hope they re-aired your favorite episode or play a rerun or start that season over again. Or if you didn't record it, some people, they record their favorite TV shows back in the 90s. But today, people have it made. You could just stream the whole series in one day. Binge watch it on your smart TV, tablet, phone, even your phones. You could even watch a whole entire Netflix series or Hulu series on your phone. Like I said, y'all don't know what we had to go through. Youngsters of today, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, whatever y'all call them, all these, the extinctions they making. But yeah, we had some of the best birthday parties in the 90s, going to some of my cousin's birthday parties. We had sleepovers. We had some awesome sleepovers, but when we had sleepovers, it was people in my family, like cousins and them. It wasn't no strange. That's one thing I tell people. If you're going to have a sleepover, man, have sleepovers with people in your family. Not all them extra people, because when stuff goes south, that's when things get, that's when things start getting shaky. But yeah, the 90s was special. It's a special generation, special decade. It's a special decade. I give thanks and honor to the Most High that I was allowed to live through those years, those decades. That was a blessing. It's a blessing, to be born in the 80s and then to grow up in the 90s and to experience all the stuff I experienced in the 90s. We know the movies, the TV shows, the music. I mean, all that good old stuff. You know, like I said, you had your negativity and stuff. You know, you had your negative stuff, but we talking about the positive stuff. You know, and Power Rangers was a positive TV show for us children because Tommy's character. Look at Tommy's character. You know, he was brave. You know, he had masculine energy. He was kick ass. He was doing them fancy karate moves. You know, and he's represent leadership. He represent leadership, and that's what they inspired us to be a leader, the children. You know, but you know, it's sad that he had to go out like this, 49 years old. You know, one more year he'll be 50. And if he still would have been alive, I think they probably would have done something special for his 50th birthday. You know, but unfortunately, you know, he let the flesh got to him, man. You know, damn enemy, you know, got to him, man. But like I say, you never know what people are going through. That's why men's mental health is important. You see, they want to sweep it under the rug in this society, you know, especially in the so-called black community. They say, oh, take it on the chin. You know, no, you got to open up to somebody, let it out, vent to somebody, man. You can't hold all that shit in, man, because stress is a silent killer, man. That's what killed black men the most, stress. That's a silent killer. And it's a man killing a lot of black men, stress, you know, and they don't want to talk about that in this American society, how the suicide rate going up for men in this Western society, you know, because this Western society hates masculinity. They hate godly masculinity. To hell with toxic masculinity. Bring back godly masculinity, you know, that we give examples out of the Bible straight up. They don't want that. They want men to be all weak and watered down so they don't question the powers that be. Because you see, men gonna question the status quo. You know, that's in the nature of a man to question things and to think for himself. But they want us to be all watered down. And I'm talking about all men, no matter what race or nationality in this society, in this Western civilization. But yeah, you know, they got to talk about this. But that's one topic, that's one elephant in the room that they don't discuss on these mainstream outlets like men's mental health. They don't discuss that elephant in the room. They do not. They don't. They just say, oh, you got to suffer in silence. You're a man. Suffer in silence. Deal with it, damn it. Deal with it. Pick up the pieces and keep it moving. Deal with it. No, talk to somebody, you know, whether it's your parents, somebody you could trust, you know, you got to vent to somebody, you know, talk to the Most High in Christ also, because that's your heavenly Father, Israelite man, and that's your big brother, Yeshua HaMashiach, Israelite man. Come on now, you know, but yeah, the 90s was awesome. I mean, you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We grew up watching that. Man, we had so many shows. Even on the Disney Channel, you had all them good shows. Nickelodeon, all that. And fast forward to 2022, they making all these 90s TV shows into T-shirts. They sell them at Walmart, Target. You got some of these youngsters today wearing these T-shirts that we grew up, like T-shirts of shows that we grew up watching, you know, because you know why? Maybe some of their parents probably introduced that to them because they are children of the 80s and children, 90s children, and their parents grew up watching that in the 90s, so they introduced that to their children. So their children wearing these T-shirts of the shows that their parents watching in the 90s. And I salute the parents for that. Any parents that got children out there, introduce your children to the shows that you used to watch in the 90s and tell them how awesome it was. You know, that's a gift you could give to your children. You know, I'd rather see if I had children, that's what I'd have done. That's what I did. I'll show them the stuff that I grew up watching. I won't try to have my children watching no toxic shit like love and hip hop, all that nigga shit, man, and that negative shit. You know, that stuff that promote our people being toxic and shit and ratchet. Fuck that shit. No. I'd rather have my child watching stuff like awesome cartoons, you know, positive TV shows that we used to watch. You know, none of that damn degrading stuff that they used to, you know, want us to be. And they want us to be all degraded and ratchet all the time. That's who we not. That's who we ain't. Goddamn English language. That's who we ain't. Let me take a drink of water. I'm just rambling on like a madman. All right, here we go. But yeah, you know, he's gonna be missed by his fans though. But like I said, the 90s, we had a whole flagship full of good shows. You know, and then in the late 90s, like in the late 90s, that's when I got into anime. You know, like my first anime I watched, well, when I got into anime, I started watching Dragon Ball Z and Toonami, you know, but like I said, the late 90s, you know, in the early 2000s was all, you know, it was awesome, you know. I know, brother K. Judah, man, that language is, that tongue twisting language, man. I tell you. But yeah, a lot of children, I guarantee a lot of children in the 90s had Green Ranger action figures. A lot of children did. I bet you that was the biggest stuff children wanted on their wish list for Christmas back in the 90s. A Green Ranger and a Dragon Sword set. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. And I know they must have made a lot of money off the merchandise too back then, because you see, the toys was awesome in the 90s. I mean, we used to always be excited to go in the toy section of the store. And back in the day, these days, the toy sections in the store, man, it's just dead. And like how it used to be when we was children. They used to have to run us out of Walmart toy section. The Walmart workers used to get aggravated at us when we was children, because we used to always, you know how you go and buy an action figure to see if they have your favorite figure you want to buy? You used to take the other figures off the rack to see if they had the figure that you wanted back there. And when they put the figure back on the rack, they used to hate when we did that. It used to always be, you know, used to hate when we did that. But you know, we was children. You know, children gonna be excited when they looking for their favorite toy. So you can expect that, man. It's just a child, man. It's a child. They're full of energy. They're full of life. You know, they want to go explore the toy section. You know, but sadly today, most children, they don't want toys. They want the electronics. They want the tablets. They want the phones. They, soon as they come out the womb, some of them, soon as they make their couple of first birthdays, they want to scratch that. Some of them be having a phone. They be like damn near a year old, got a phone in their hand. Some of these babies, and that's not right, man. Don't give a baby a phone. I know some parents give the babies the phone to keep them occupied, to stop them from crying, but we didn't have none of that. They just gave us a rattle. When we was babies and was in toddlers, they gave us a little rattle, or they gave us a bottle to shut us up or something to drink. They didn't have no phone to give us. They didn't have no phone to give us. And that's what made us different, you know, from today. You know, we had to and that's one thing, we had to go outside and play. When the adults was having conversations in the house, they made us go outside and play. You know, and that was sometimes we'll make up our own little stories, you know, or games, you know, play outside and stuff. Yeah. We used to play outside till it got dark, but we was in our yard though. We was like in our parents' house yard, or we went over to like an aunt or uncle house. We was in their yard. And man, we stayed outside when it got dark, but they had somebody watching us though. You know, they had a adult watching us to make sure we don't leave the property. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. But yeah, times have changed though, fam. The times all changing, you know. It's like I was talking to one of my cousins yesterday. You know, I was telling her like how I was telling her about like back in the days how families used to get together, and she would say, you know, the why they ain't doing it because they all want to be apart, and that is true. And for certain reasons, families do grow apart for certain reasons, you know, and that's just human nature, you know, because you might have some siblings or some relatives, they might move to a different state, and they ain't gonna be able to be around you at all the time because they're in a different state. But you know, you gotta cherish those times, and you know, but we know we're in the end times, you know, and the love of many is waxing cold, and that we in this truth as Israelites. So we gotta always love our families from the distance, you know, but you still could hang around them, you still could spend time with them, you know. Because like I said, I'm not gonna be, you know, no super brew, no over righteous brew. Because I'm planning on going visit my people Thursday. You know, I'm not going to eat no damn turkey or none of that stuff. But I'm gonna probably go show my face and get my behind out of here and come back over here. You know, I don't plan on spending the whole day over there. I'm gonna play it smart. I might go over there when they about to wrap it up. Y'all know how some people do. They come to the event. They come to the family event when they about to wrap things up. I might pull that on them. Real talk. I'm not going there early in the morning. I'm probably gonna go over there about around maybe 4 in the afternoon, right when it's about to get dark. That's what I did last time. Heck yeah, I ain't going there at no 10 in the morning, 1 in the morning. I'm not going there early. I'm gonna go there right when they probably about to wrap this event up. Show my face, say hey to a few of them, and pew. Yes, indeed. They know me by now. I'm an introvert. You know, I don't like being bothered. You know, I like staying in my lane. You know, but yeah, like I said, man, you know, he was well liked by a lot of people. You know, he went to a lot of the cons. Like I said, I recently went to Comic-Con. I want to say that was in October. Yeah, I had a good time at Comic-Con. I'm gonna probably go to the next one. They're gonna have it in March in 2023, most high willing. I'm gonna probably try to go to that one too. And if them buffoons deny me at my job, I'm gonna still take the day off. Damn buffoons. What's wrong with some of these jobs? You work hard for your PTO and they want to deny you and all that. Man, to hell with that, man. The purpose of you working hard on these jobs and they don't even want to give you your PTO. Man, they wicked for that. There's wicked for that. But yeah, I mean, the 90s, you had all them good TV shows. You had The Fresh Prince, you had Family Matters, you know, all them good black TV shows back then. A Different World. What else? Let's see. Martin was a big hit back in the 90s. Martin, and for the nighttime, you had New York Undercover. Man, a lot of sisters used to go crazy over them brothers on that show. On New York Undercover. That was a good show. That was a hit show back in the 90s, New York Undercover. All them good shows. I think even LL Cool J had a show. Steve Harvey had a show. The Steve Harvey Show. Rock, even though that was short-lived, Rock was a good TV show too. You know? And let's see. Yeah, we used to always watch Family Matters on Friday nights. You know, I used to have TGI Friday on NBC, I think, on the channel NBC. Used to have the TGI Friday segment, and I used to play Family Matters, Full House, and all them other shows. I mean, you had a lot of good TV shows, even Ren Tin Tin. I used to watch Ren Tin Tin on the Family Channel back in the 90s at my grandmother's house. We used to be like, put it up, my late granduncle used to be like, put it on Ren Tin Tin, boy. Put it on Ren Tin Tin. Let's watch Ren Tin Tin. That was a good old time. Then Lassie used to come on. I used to watch Lassie. They used to have Ren Tin Tin come on, then Lassie. Or sometimes they'll switch it up. They have Lassie come on first, then Ren Tin Tin on the Family Channel. Like I said, man, you had so many good movies. And I noticed you had a lot of movies about pets in the 90s. You had a lot of dog movies in the 90s, a lot of good dog movies. Like Milo and Otis, that's one of my favorite childhood movies too. Milo and Otis, man, to me, man, that's like one of them movies, rare movies that most people probably forgot about. Milo and Otis. Man, Milo and Otis, man, that was a good movie. About that pug and that tabby cat kitten. There was like some farm pets, and they got lost, and they had to find their way back home to their farm. You know, they had to face all the trials and tribulations of nature. Yeah, that was a good movie. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. You know, the first one was better than the second one, though. You know, they had made a sequel called Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco, but the first one was better, though. The Incredible Journey was better, in my opinion. You know, it had all that came out. Had the Disney movies like Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, Oliver and Company, you know, all that. And 91, Lion King, that was a big hit too in the 90s. The Lion King, yeah, everybody, that was hyped up too. Not the Lion King. Now they want to make all the classic animated Disney movies live action now. Everything want to be live action. Like I said, you had all type of variety stuff to watch in the 90s. You know, a whole plethora of shows to watch in the 90s. Now, fast forward to 2022, it's just chaotic. They just no holds barred. If they want to show two men kissing, two men humping, two women humping, they gonna show it on TV. They don't care. It's no holds barred. It's no holds barred. You know. And the cussing, they even cuss on mainstream TV now, even on the mainstream radio. Because you know, back then they used to play like the clean version on like the rap music. Like on a when you used to listen to the radio on in your car or mainstream radio, it used to be clean version. Nah, if you get in your car and play the rap music, man, they playing the uncut version. They playing the full version with the cussing and everything. I was like, damn, saying they don't care. They don't care these days. They don't care if you're riding in a car with a small child and they're just playing the cussing music like that. Oh yeah. But y'all ever been to a family get together when they was playing rap music? Like they had somebody DJing, like somebody in the family playing the music and DJing, and they had to hurry and they had to listen for the cussing music, and they'll lower the radio. Soon as they about to cuss, he'll lower the radio, and then he'll read, and then he'll turn the volume back up when they finish cussing. I've been to a few parties like that. Y'all be like, I'm a kick your mouth. Then he'll lower the radio, and then after he finished cussing, he'll raise the volume back. He had to know the sign, like he had to study the stone, like he had to study the song and wait for the cussing part to come. Then he'll lower the radio or mute the radio and then unmute it. Hey, I've been to a few get-togethers like that. Yes, indeed. But yeah, just been so much stuff going on, you know. Like I said, we in a holiday season, man. Like I always say, time after time, it's just not me, it's y'all too. Y'all discuss it too. Around this time of the year, all type of negative energy going on with like I say, unfortunately, you know, Jason David Frank had to fall victim to suicide, you know, because the suicide rates do go up around this time of the year. Crime rate goes up. You know, look what happened to that poor sister, you know, Shanika Robinson. She life tragically by her jealous friends, no good jealous friends, over the spirit of jealousy and envy. And someone was full of rage. They plotted to kill that young sister. I mean, just a lot of unclean spirits, a lot of rotten people around this time of the year. That's why I say this is the most dreadful time of the year. All type of bad things happen. That's why I hate Christmas Carol. Even in the movie Gremlins, Katie, the character Katie, you know, that was played by Phoebe Cates, you know, and she was discussing about how daddy died and it was around Christmas, and she was having that injury like she really didn't care for it, like, you know, Christmas, you know, because she was explaining to Billy that how her daddy died. Her daddy was dressed like Santa Claus and was climbing down a chimney, and he fell down a chimney and broke his neck. And she hated Christmas, but I guess behind that, even the movie Gremlins, man, that's a classic movie too. You know, Gremlins 1 and 2. I'm afraid if they make a Gremlins 3, they might SJW. They might come with that SJW politics if they make a Gremlins 3. I'd like to see them make a Gremlins 3 though. You know, but like they say, be careful what you wish for, because Hollywood, they'll botch it up so bad. Trying to have a damn alphabet gremlin up in there, man, representing the alphabet community. But yeah, you know, all kind of bad things happen around the so-called holiday season. All kind of bad things, you know. So-called a false new year coming up January 1st, the false new year. That's the false new year, because we know the real new year begins in spring, when life is bringing forth, and you know, a new life is sprang forth. New life sprang forth in the spring, not in the dead of winter. You know, in the animal kingdom, most of the wildlife, they have their offspring in the spring. You know, some humans, they babies be born in the spring. If you got a spring baby, that's a blessing. You know, no matter what your baby born, but if you got a spring baby or summer baby, that's a good thing. You know, no matter what, all winter, it don't matter, you know, because the Most High bless you with children, that's a blessing. You just gotta honor it. You gotta honor it and raise them up right. But we know the majority of people don't give a damn about their children. They just want to have children just to have children, and don't want to raise them up with morals, just want to throw them to the wolves in society. And you wonder why these children are looking for love out here. They all lost. They just want to be loved and show affection, man. They want somebody to love them. You know, the Creole, the Crayola community. I like when you call them the Crayola community. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. The Crayola community. They're gonna have a Crayola gremlin. If they make a Gremlins 3, they might try to have a Crayola gremlin. You know, or if they make a Gremlins 3, they ain't gonna have Gizmo. It's gonna be a whole female Mogwai. Or it's gonna be a damn Crayola Mogwai instead of Gizmo. Be like, what the hell Gizmo at? Y'all know Gizmo is the main protagonist of the Gremlins franchise. He's a Mogwai going against the Gremlins. They're gonna have a whole different new Mogwai. Or they'll have Gizmo up in there, but he'll probably take a backseat role, and they have this whole new Crayola Mogwai taking the spot of Gizmo, but Gizmo will be in the background. Straight up. They'll do it too. Hollywood will do it. They'll do something like that. But like I said, you had all that stuff in the 90s. I mean, you had Jurassic Park came out in the 90s. I think the first Jurassic Park came out in the 90s. That was a big hit in the 90s. Jurassic Park. Man, I never forget the T-Rex scene when they first encountered the T-Rex in Jurassic Park when he was tearing up them vehicles. And then that dude tried to run, and the T-Rex grabbed hold of him while he was in the bathroom. I was like, dang. The T-Rex bit him off the toilet. Oh, yeah. That was epic, man. That movie was good. Jurassic Park. I think they just made a recent one. They claim that's going to be the last one. Yeah, that's what they always say. They always say it with certain franchises. Usually when they make a third part, they be like, oh, this is the final installment. Then 5 years or 7 years later, they're making a fourth movie. And they thought it was going to be a trilogy. Next thing you know, it'd be a whole anthology. You have about whole 5 movies, 6 movies, 7 movies. Look at Fast and the Furious. They just made Fast 10. How many more Fast and the Furious they supposed to make? I think they're supposed to make one more, I think. I think the next one they making going to be the last one. They might as well go up to 12. And then at 12, they might as well stop at 12. You know, represent the clock. 12 hours. You know. They got a lot of them on Tubi too, Sister Oracle. Shark movies. They got so many shark movies on Tubi and Freevee. Yeah, it's just something about, I like Jurassic Park. Something about shark movies and dinosaur movies, action packed. Exactly. Just like Jaws, the classic Jaws was off the chain too. I used to always like watching Jaws on TBS. Like they used to show the Jaws movie on TBS and TNT. Yeah. Yeah, the shark movies like Deep Blue Sea, that came out in 99, Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, I mean, they had so many, even like the movies about the killer whales, Free Willy. Free Willy was a good movie. The first one, Free Willy. You know, you see, Free Willy deceived me. I was deceived by you thinking a killer whale is a gentle creature. No, them jokers are vicious. A killer whale, man, them orcas, they are vicious. They are some monsters. They don't take nothing. They tear up things in the sea. Even the great white sharks don't mess with no orcas. Man, when a great white shark see an orca, he flying. He swimming fast. He's swimming for his life because he know if he go fight that orca, it's a 9% chance he ain't coming out that fight alive. Oh yeah, especially even if it's just the orca by himself. Now if it's a whole pod of orcas, he done for. He better not run up across at least a group of 3 or 5 orcas because they're going to tear him apart. But yeah, Free Willy deceivers back in the 90s. You thinking a killer whale, thinking it's all gentle and lovey-dovey? No, you piss off a killer whale. Man, he going to grab hold of you. He or she going to grab hold of you and tear you apart. And that's what them Gentiles failed to realize. Y'all want to make mockery of these animals and have them do all these tricks in the SeaWorld and all that, teach them all these tricks. That's still wild animals and they miserable. Them animals know they miserable. They know they being exploited. You think because they wild beasts, you think they have no intelligence? They may not have the intelligence of a human, but they still got some intelligence that the Most High gave them. animal instincts. They know they out their element. They know they out their element. Real talk. When you go to the zoo, them animals know they out their element. They know they in captivity. I never seen any of the Fast and the Furious franchise. You're really not missing much, Oracle. I want to say the very first few Fast and the Furious, okay, like maybe the first 3 to 4 movies, but when they started doing all that high octane action packed stuff, that's when it lost me. Because that shit, about street racing. But when they started doing all them high risk moves, going espionage and all that, like they Mission Impossible, I'd be like, they going out their element. And that's where they lost me at. Now, I've seen the majority of them, but I never seen the recent one. I have the Jaws movie. I have Lethal Weapons. I love those movies. Yeah, Lethal Weapons. Yep. With Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's classic too. Lethal Weapon, the Die Hard movies. But yeah, Lethal Weapon. Terminator 1 and 2. Terminator 2. I think Terminator 2, that's the best out the whole franchise. Terminator 2. Because that one, man, that's the best out the whole Terminator franchise. Terminator 2. I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back. Give me your shows, your boats, and your bike. Yep. Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger made a few good moves too. He made Kindergarten Cop, the first Predator. The first Predator was good. When he started the Predator, Deep Blue Sea did not touch 47M down. That movie literally mortified me. That old movie, Arca, yeah, I saw that one a couple of times. Arca, yeah, that was that whale told him he was seeking revenge. I mean, what they done to that whale, how they killed his mate and his unborn Arca child. Yeah, that was a good movie. Boy, he was seeking that revenge, and he got his revenge too. I'm glad Papa Arca got his revenge at the end, because they was trying to take him out at the end. They was all ganging up, planning to try to take on the Arca at the end. He showed them. He outsmarted them, and he ended up killing Nolan. I think his name was Nolan. Like the main character, his name was Nolan. Man, I'm going to have to try to watch that movie. I'm going to have to go online and try to watch Arca. Yeah. Because, man, that was a classic movie. Classic movie. Y'all gonna kill that man, wife, and unborn child, and then he's seeking revenge and being a wild Arca. Y'all gonna try to take him out and poison him or whatever. He showed y'all, he ended up taking y'all out. That's good for y'all. Damn Gentiles, heathen bastards. Y'all want to kill animals, man. I like movies when the animals get their revenge on y'all wicked Gentiles. They want to kill them. Real talk. That's real talk. I don't care how they feel. I love when the animals get their asses back. I like when the animals get these wicked Gentiles back, because y'all always want to mess with something. That's the Gentiles' nature. Look what they do to us. We be minding our business, man. Or Jacob be minding his business, or Eve minding her business. They want to come. They want to just come start stuff with, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? Trying to poke the bear and all that. And that's what they do with the animal kingdom. They want to go exploit the animals like that. Leave them animals alone. Leave them animals alone. They ain't bothering nobody. They ain't their habitat. They ain't their territory. Let them be. Let them do their little animal business, and you do your little human business, Gentile. That's if you're a human, because I don't think y'all human. Y'all don't act like it. Y'all be on that. Y'all be acting like some troglodytes. Y'all be acting like them troglodytes in the cave, like some orcs, like some goblins, man. Y'all be acting like y'all goblinoids or something. Greenskins. But y'all don't got green skin. Y'all got the pale skin. I don't know why it typed it in, but that movie was 47 meters down with some chick named Mandy Morris. You need to watch it, or Mandy Moore, whatever. 40 meters down, okay. For real. Them damn troglodytes, damn cave, the damn Morlocks from the time machine. Y'all know the Morlock creatures? They're the Morlocks. They're the Morlocks. From that movie Time Machine, they're the Morlocks, man. Y'all want to go mess with the animals? Them animals ain't bothering y'all, but y'all, hey, they know better. Hey, they better not dare bring up Michael Vick around me, because I'm going to blast them. I'm going to blast them. If they come around me demonizing Michael Vick, I'm going to blast their ass. I'm going to blast them. I'm going to blast. First of all, Y'all can't get mad at Michael Vick. Y'all been killing animals and raping and pillaging since y'all came into power. Shit, since they came into power. Shit, real talk. Since they came into power on a path of conquest. But they want to demonize Michael Vick. They want to demonize him for fighting dogs. Like they, shout out to Brother Monster Moshe because they've been fighting dogs longer than Jake. They've been fighting dogs before. Before even our people knew about fighting dogs. They've been doing it. If y'all watch the movie White Fang, the Jack London movie White Fang, they was fighting dogs up in the White Fang movie. Yeah. They had White Fang fighting dogs up in there, man. He was, because White Fang, he like half wolf and half dog, He like half husky and half wolf, And man, they pit White Fang up against a pit bull. Man, that pit bull whipped White Fang ass, man. That pit bull was a Jake, even though it was a dog. But if y'all watch that White Fang movie, and they gonna show the fighting scene, man, they pit him up against a pit bull. Man, that pit bull whipped his ass. That pit bull locked jaw on White Fang. Now, White Fang would have been a full-blooded wolf. He probably would have beat that pit bull. Because I think, man, now it all depend the size of wolf. But I think some pits could probably take on a wolf. But man, most wolves will whip a pit bull ass, But it all depend if that pit get a good lock on that wolf. Now, if he fighting a wolf pack, he ain't gonna be able to take on a whole wolf pack. But man, them wolves be getting big. Some wolves could get up to 250 pounds. Man, real talk, some wolves could get up to 200-something pounds. But yeah, White Fang got his ass whipped by a pit bull, y'all, in a White Fang movie. That pit bull whipped his ass. Oh yeah, there's some vicious dog pit bulls, and they've been around for centuries, pit bulls, And then they got all different bloodlines of them. Yeah. Then you got the bull mastiffs. Yeah, them mastiffs big too. That's another thing. Turner and Hooch. He was a mastiff. I think he was a French mastiff. The dog that played Hooch in Turner and Hooch. I think he was a French mastiff. Matter of fact, let me go see if I'm correct. Because they got so many type of mastiffs. Now Google on a trip because I'm trying to look up Turner and Hooch. Tom Hanks. Yeah, a dog. They call it Dogue do Bordeaux. That's how they say it in French, something like that. Let's see. Dogue de Bordeaux. That means that's how they say it. Yeah, French master. That's what kind of dog Hooch was. Yep, he was a French master. Like the reddish color, like the reddish rust color with the white marking on the chest. Yep, that's a French master. That's what kind of dog Hooch was on that movie Turner and Hooch. I don't think they're human either. If you think about it, they're not. Who messes with people and animals? They aren't bothering them. The troglodytes, that's what I'm going to start calling them. For real. They'd be mad. They don't care if it's a bird or squirrel. They even mess with a squirrel. They don't care what type of animal it is. The animal just mind his business. They're going to try to get it all up in the animal face. And then when the animal trying to defend itself out of fear, they want to try to shoot the animal. If there's a crime and black people know about in these hemispheres, we have been brought to it because we learned it from them. Exactly. We learned it from them. They're the original gangsters. Look at the 1920s. They're the original bootleggers. Like in the 1920s and 1930s, during the gangsters with John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, them and all that, and the mobsters. Yeah, they started all that with the drive-by. Riding, like they used to be in the Model T cars with the Tommy guns, riding on the side of the Tommy gun. Riding on a Model T, the Model T Ford car with the Tommy gun, shooting all wild and shit. Don't care what the bullets. They couldn't handle them Tommy guns. They were shooting them guns like just shit hitting everything. I'm shooting everything up. Y'all see them gangster movies, even in the movie Hoodlum with Lawrence Fishburne, when they were shooting them Tommy guns. Man, they were shooting everywhere. They couldn't even control them shot Tommy guns. Yeah, they started all that crazy stuff with the fire bombing. If you watch like the old mobster movies and stuff, yeah, they started all that, like the Molotov grenades, fire bombing. It just show you that's in their nature, their warfare, man, bloodshed and warfare, But yeah, but they want to call us apes. They want to say we subhuman and all that, and 3/5 of a person. No, we fought from that. We ain't none of that. We made in the image of the Most High in Christ. If we want to find our origin, when you read Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it says when the Most High formed man out of the dust of the ground and breathed the breath of life in his nostrils, man, you think about the soil of the earth. When you dig in the ground, man, the deeper you dig, that soil gonna get dark. It's gonna be the mud. Even when you look at mud, like when it rain and you dig in the mud, it be getting dark. It have like that deep, rich, dark color, that melanin rich. Come on now, man. Come on, you can't get around that. You can't get around that. When you look at the origins of humans, the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve was a melanated couple. You can't get around that. There was a black couple. The first man and first woman that walked the earth was black. Life began on the African continent. Life didn't begin in Europe. Hell no. That's a lie. And my opinion, like when you look at the map, like the map in the continent of Africa, I don't think that's the true size. I think in real time, the continent is probably way bigger. Like in real time, the continent is probably way bigger than what you see on the map. And that's another thing I wanted to touch base on. I saw y'all talking about in the group chat. He gave into him, man, Kyrie Irving. I saw that post y'all posted in the group chat. I was like, oh man, damn. He gave into the damn small hats. He should have stuck on his guns. He should have stuck to his guns. He didn't do nothing wrong. He was just telling the truth. Yeah. I remember you was mentioning that article about the Purple Gang. Yeah. Even the so-called small hats was in the mafia. Had the Purple Gang. Yep. And you see what I don't like about, they don't want to talk about it. I bet you if somebody mentioned the Purple Gang, they'll probably say, oh, anti-Semitic. He being anti-Semitic. She being anti-Semitic. Because they want the world to believe they all pristine and they can't do no wrong. And they are victim. They are still victims thanks to their so-called Holocaust, Ain't Hitler didn't kill no 6 million Jews, man. Okay. Why? For all the Holocaust survivors out there. And they tattooed them with the number, they prison numbers and stuff. They number them, so say. Where number 6 million at? Where the Holocaust survivor with the 6 million number? If Hitler killed 6 million Jews. I'm waiting. Or where number 1 million at? Because most of the survivors, they probably gonna have about a few digits on their hand marked on them. They might have about maybe 4 digits or 5 digits. You ain't gonna see no Holocaust survivor with 7 digits, because a million, that's a million, you got the 1 and you got 6 zeros. That's a million, Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I mean, but like I said, ain't no 6 million Jews was in Europe during World War II. That's false. That's false history, But they want people to still feel sorry for that. And like I said, yes, he did kill some of them. He killed a lot of them, but he didn't kill 6 million of them. That's false information. But Kyrie Irving, you should have stuck to your guns. And you see, that's how they attack people. They attack people with their status and money. If you speak up against them, they threaten to take everything from your money, your status, your livelihood. But you can't. It's like they got it so set up, you can't even criticize them but they could criticize other people. We get criticized 24/7, 365. And even if we speak up against why you're being criticized, they ain't gonna do nothing about it. They're gonna criticize us more. But you criticize them. You criticize the so-called Jewish people, the Khazarians. Man, they're gonna bring down, they're gonna try to bring the apocalypse on your life. They're gonna try to bring the apocalypse on your life. That's what they probably did to Kyrie Irving. And now he's talking about, oh man, I don't hate him. Well, I don't hate people, that's Jewish, but I'm still gonna stay. Oh no, man. Yeah, even in the Christian church, they'll say that. In the church, they literally have us believing that if you despise the Jewish people, that you will die and go to hell. And that's, yeah, for real, yo. They'll be like, oh, you don't talk about God's people, you're gonna be cursed. But they not portraying themselves like they God's chosen people. They're not. Not when they own everything. Not when they own everything and living their best lives. But yeah, they made them cave in, man. I'm sorry. I saw it. I'm like, oh, come on, Kyrie. Come on, man. Oh. They even had a movie that was on YouTube talking about how the Jews started Hollywood. The guy that played the president on Scandals, he is the grandson or great grandson of the owner of the MGM Grand, I think. What? Yeah, they own that. Yeah, they own Hollywood. They own that too. Las Vegas. They got their hands in Las Vegas too. To be honest, they probably was the major backers to fund the building of Las Vegas. I guarantee you. We know when you think about Las Vegas, you think about the Italian mafia owning it and the Russian mafia. No, the small hats own a huge chunk of Las Vegas, just like they own Hollywood. If not all of Las Vegas, not a chunk, they might own all of Las Vegas. They might own all of Las Vegas, the so-called small hats. Straight up. And they just use the mafia as a front or as the enforcers. Yes, indeed. But yeah, you can't criticize them for nothing. I'm looking at the memes. They got Charles Barkley with the shackles in on his neck. Charles Butterbiscuit Barkley. Oh yeah, he a coon lord indeed. Okay, let me see what you said, Arthur. No, not the MGM Grand. He is the owner of MGM Studio. Oh, okay. I got you now. Oh, the studios. Yeah, in Hollywood. I got it now. Okay, my bad. That's who he is the offspring of. Remember when he was in Ghost? He gets all those prime movies and shows. Yeah, that's forgot the MGM Studios. That's in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm thinking about the MGM Grand where they be boxing and stuff in Las Vegas. The whole idea of America being apple pie, red, white, and blue stripes, all of that came from them. All of that was mentioned in the movie, and the main objective was that we, black people, oh yeah, you best believe they plotting what to do with us next. Charles Butterbiscuit Barkley. Sister Eve with the memes. That cat, man, that cat just sitting there mocking them. Man, them memes be something else. Anything could be a meme. Man, it feel like a Game of Thrones situation. Right there. Oh. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Would always want to assimilate into America, who they once were. They made us longing to be like them in white Americans. Now, I think most of us we rather be who we don't want to really assimilate. Only the coons want us to assimilate, but the majority of us, the majority, like I'm gonna say like the remnant. I ain't because the majority of us are the majority of our people are lost, but a remnant of our people, man, we want to be set apart. We don't want to assimilate into this madness. Mm-mm. But yeah, they own a lot of stuff, family. They own a lot of stuff. They own the major movie studios, the media outlets, and that's why they do what they do. Because if you speak up against them on their media, they figure, oh, you want to criticize my people? We own the media, so you have no choice but to apologize. If you don't, you're gonna feel our wrath when we take your assets away from you, when we take your when we freeze your bank account, when you can't use our banks no more. And that's how they attack people through resources, through finances and resources and status. They cutthroat like that. Just because you want to criticize them. They can criticize other people, but you can't criticize them, no. Because it's gonna be serious repercussions if you do. But they criticize us all the time. All nations criticize us on a daily basis. They do. This will never happen. If the Most High is the one bless these people with riches, it wouldn't be that easy to lose it. Exactly. Man, they ain't the people. And they know that too. They know they're not the people. But they still want to push this anti-Semitic stuff when you criticize them. Oh, you're being anti-Semitic. You are anti-Semitic. When we are the Semites. We are Shemitic. And they know that too. But they want the world to play along they lie. Yep. Just been a hectic year. But we like at the end of this year, we almost out of November. Then we got December left. That's the last month of 2022. Then we're gonna be in 2023. I mean, it's just been a lot of stuff been going on for the last couple of weeks. Takeoff death. They sacrificed Takeoff. You know, lost Jason Frank. Lost Jason David Frank. Shaquilla Robinson got assassinated by her jealous friends. Yeah, I said it. Assassinated. They assassinated this young lady. All kind of stuff going on, man. And then we got Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of days, or Thanksgiving. You know, And then next month, we got the biggest one of them all, Nimrod's Day, Nimrod's birthday. And sadly, you're going to have a lot of parents out there lying to their children, telling them that a big, fat, heathen man in a red suit coming down a chimney to give them gifts. That is a lie. Ain't no big, fat, heathen bastard named Santa Claus coming down no chimney. You know, for any parents out there, for any people in the world that's observing them Father days, just tell your children the truth. Y'all buying them gifts. That's y'all sacrificing y'all hard-earned money to buy y'all children gifts for Christmas. So just tell your children the truth. Tell them y'all buying that. Straight up. Tell them y'all buying that. Tell them. Stop lying to y'all children talking about a big fat heathen in a red suit with some flying reindeer buying them gifts. No, y'all working hard, y'all sacrificing y'all hard-earned money, bill money with that. If y'all only knew the truth, y'all could save some money. Like when I went to pay my phone bill today, I was waiting for him to ask me if I want to buy something or upgrade my phone or buy internet from AT&T. I was gonna be like, look, I'm not trying to spend money, bro. I'm not trying to spend money, man. This the time of the year when most people get broke by spending money. That's what I was gonna tell him too. But he must have knew I just wanted to pay my bill. You know, like when you go to AT&T, I wanted to use the kiosk, but it was down. I was like, damn. So I had to deal with one of the workers. But it went by smoothly though. I was waiting for him to ask me if I want to purchase internet with AT&T or buy like something. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't in the mood to spend no money now. All right, let's see. Let me get my train of thought. I was just checking something right quick. But yeah, I mean, so much stuff going on around this time of the year. You know. But like I want to say, we shouldn't be surprised because we should already know that a lot of stuff gonna be shaking up around this time of the year, you know, around the holiday season. You know. And then you got the Black Friday events. If people participate in that, you know, like go buy stuff online, you know, because how they used to do it back in a couple of years ago, how they used to show people fighting over TVs and fighting over items in the store, that was ridiculous. That was straight up ridiculous. All I keep hearing in my mind is when Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Nellie Fuller was having a conversation and they said that the semi actually meant mix. I forgot the term they actually used. Okay. Oh yeah, Nellie Fuller. Nellie Fuller. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we all Shemites, though. We all the Shemites. We all the true Shemites. Shemites, you know. But they want to try to push that on us. Oh, y'all being anti-Semitic, you know. And they Khazarians. They not the real people. Shemite actually meant Mamzer, but they meaning is not like that in the dictionary. But they did not use the term Mamzer either. Okay, Semite. Let's see. Semites and Shemites mean two different things. A Semite actually almost refers to them as a bastard child. Now, whether they refer themselves as that, they not the people of the book though, the Khazarians. And they know that too. They know that. They know they're not the people. Nobody trying to be like them. Nobody trying to where they top athletes at? Where they best singers at? Why they can't sing like our people? Why everybody want to be like Jake and Eve? You know, why everybody want to be like the Jakes and Eves they see lost and downtrodden? Nobody trying to be like a Ibenheimer. Nobody trying to be like Goldberg or Einstein or Silverberg and Bronstein and all of them. I don't see Bronstein and Silverstein dunking a basketball goal. I don't see no quarterbacks and no running backs named Goldberg and Silverberg and Copperberg and all that. The Bergs, where the Bergs that dominate in the NFL, you know, or the NBA. I don't even see them playing golf. I don't even see them playing golf or hockey. You don't see them playing none of them sports. They're not athletic. They're not built to be athletic like us. Oh no. Well, all right, fam. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. You know, I've been on long enough, an hour and 19 minutes. Like I said, I've been at it all day. You know, think I'm gonna kick back and lay down or go to sleep. You know, I'll probably go listen to one of my chapters. You know, but yeah, I mean that's that cold weather too. That winter weather, like it's not Salaki, not winter. It's like 51 degrees outside right now, but when it's cold like that, man, just make you tired and sleepy. Cause man, you know, after I was doing all I did today, like I made some figures on that Hero Forge website of some of the characters. You know, I was doing that most of the day today. And going and then I had to watch the premieres of my chapters and all that. And I mean, I was doing a lot, you know, and then, you know, then I gotta go to work tomorrow too at 11. So but yeah, man, it just takes a lot out you. You know, that's one thing when you're being creative like that, it takes a lot out you. Or anything you like doing, man, it takes a lot out you. And then it's cold out there, and then yeah, just get us through this week, Most High. Y'all name of Yahshua, get us through this week. Man, to get us past the holiday, Thanksgiving, get us past all this buffoonery around this time of the year. You know, because I hate this time of the year. I do. I hate this time of the year. A lot of people probably do, because it's stressful, especially if you're observing them holidays. Especially if you're observing them holidays, it will put you. You will have stress, anxiety, depression, all that stuff. But let's see, Barbara Streisand is their version of Whitney Houston. Yeah, but she ain't on Whitney Houston's level though. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Rest in peace, Whitney. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, fam. And thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all catch the rebroadcast. For those who didn't make it off, you're watching the clouds. I appreciate y'all. Shalom and blessings to y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, because I've been at it all day today. But yeah, I'll let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all night. I'll catch y'all on the next one.